scoring droughts today of like 4 or 5 extra minutes. Like, what do you think is the biggest issue?
I think that in those times we didn't really get organized. We was turning the ball over, kind of some careless turnovers. It's something that we talk about all year, being a better organized and a lower turnover team. And I think when we they're a good defensive team. We got to struggle a little bit, but when we turn the ball over for no reason, it's gonna be tough to score and tough to win.
Steve mentioned that the offense was flowing better at the beginning of the year. What was happening back then that isn't happening now?
I think we was playing with more pace. I think we was overall just playing with more pace, cutting harder. We was a little bit more organized. It was getting more stops. We were able to get stops and get out and run. In transition, our offense kind of flows better. The ball kind of moves a little bit more, and when we see the ball go in, everybody plays with a little bit more confidence. So I think offense affected our defense tonight, but it kind of goes both ways. If we're able to get stops and run, we're much harder to stop.
For you, what's the biggest difference of sharing the front court with Draymond compared to Kuminga?
With JK, it's probably I'll play a lot more pick and roll with him. We run a lot more actions for him, and then with Draymond, he's more of a point forward in that when I play with him, and I know he's gonna handle the ball, and I'm gonna be setting more screens off ball for scorers and shooters and different things like that. But so yeah.
Hi, Draymond.
Hello, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm good.
Steve is saying that he's going to experiment with having you, kind of run that second team again. You've done it before, and any adjustments, and how do you feel also physically after?
I felt great.
Back?
Physically, yeah, it's definitely an adjustment, just it's a group of bunch of different guys. So it's an adjustment. Have to figure it out, but I'm up for it.
Sounds like you were part of the decision-making process to, I guess, go to this. What's the rationale behind it?
Coach just called and asked me. He said it's something he was thinking about, and he wanted to know if I was okay with it. And of course, I'm okay with it. I have been one of JK's biggest fans since he's been here. And so if he has an opportunity to start, you can't be hypocritical. And they're like, yo, we want him to start, but it'll be for you. And you can't be like, it's not for me. Like, that don't work. Like, I'm a fan of his. I want to see him do well. So if his opportunity goes through me, then it is what it is. That's his opportunity, and he earned the opportunity. So that's kind of how I view it. Yeah, so that was kind of my rationale. He played extremely well last night. You want to give that another look, or 2 or 3 or 4, or however long. If it works, then you continue with it. And so, yeah, that's kind of my rationale for me. I am a product of my vet being willing to take a back seat for me. So you got to give back what came to you. That's what this is about.
I mean, you termed it as a backseat. I mean, do you view that as that's what you're doing? I mean, you're obviously still going to run the second unit. He seemed to think that you're closing most halves probably at center.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm sure I'll close most halves. But not starting is not starting, You're taking on a different role. And so, yeah, I don't necessarily look at it as like this demotion. I'm a starter in the NBA. I know that, So I don't look at it like that. But, if it's something to try to help this team win, I'm always going to be for it, I hate losing. So if you got something that's going to help us win, you're not going to get an argument from me. And as I've always said, I care about this organization. And I know a lot of people in this organization, including myself, think he's next. And so if he's next, at some point we got to see it. And for him to do that, he needs the opportunity. Like I said, if the opportunity falls on you, being me, then that's what it is, and you got to figure it out. And so he's earned the right to get that opportunity. And when I come back here in 10 years and I'm even more great than I am now, I want to see this franchise thrive in. So if he's the guy that's going to do that, which I think he's more than capable of, great. It's perfect.
This might be tough to answer, but do you feel like you would have been willing to make a move like this earlier in your career? Maybe.
Hell no. No chance. Absolutely not. But I'm not very early in my career anymore. So the mindset has to change. If you want people, as a leader of a team, if you want people to buy in, then you can't be the guy to not buy in when it's not necessarily going your way. And like I said, I don't view this as a not going my way thing, but most people will, you know? And so if that's the case, if most people will, you kind of, in a sense, you almost have to approach it with that mindset of what most people's going to think, you know? And so I don't, like I said, I don't necessarily look at it like that. But, you know, when we started the season 12-3, we 13-9. Keep doing the same thing. What they say, that's insanity or something like that, right? So it's cool.
Is that sort of what happened tonight again in the fourth quarter as well? It's just, you know, you guys were kind of hanging there for a while, and then at some point, Minnesota just seemed to take over.
I think they finally capitalized. We were kind of playing like for a while, turning the ball over left and right, they were missing some shots. And then they started to capitalize on the mistakes. So I don't think it was necessarily a matter of the fourth quarter. That's just when they finally capitalized on it.
What's the problem offensively right now?
If I had to answer, we would fix it. So I don't know. But we got to figure it out.